tank. He's good at setting traps. Has crazy power that he believes in. He has a great chin too because he's a guy. He'll let you get out punches, and he'll still be coming at you. And then once he catches you, it's a wrap.
All-time greats. Crawford's one of the best switch hitters, I think, since Marvin Hagler, and one of the most skillful boxers alive.
He has very good skills. He's one of my favorite boxers. He able to win this fight.
Errol Spence was left in awe after witnessing Terence Crawford's jaw-dropping training ahead of the Canelo Showdown. Having gone toe-to-toe with him in the ring, Spence already knew Crawford was special, but this version is something else entirely. He praised Crawford's insane ring IQ, blistering speed, surgical precision, and flawless footwork. Watching the training footage, Spence described Crawford as a monster in motion, sharp, explosive, and locked in like never before. If Canelo takes this version of Crawford lightly, it could be a costly mistake. When Terence Crawford looked back on his clash with Errol Spence, the respect between the two champions was undeniable. Crawford, renowned for his calm, calculated approach in the ring, highlighted how he methodically breaks down his opponents, studying their every move before unleashing relentless, punishing combinations to close the show.
How hard does Spence hit?
He didn't hit that hard.
But he never caught you that clean. That was probably the best shot he landed.
No, he caught me a couple of times, but I was surprised at how hard he didn't hit.
Really?
And given that everybody say, oh, he's a big puncher, he's this. I think he's just a volume puncher. I think he just wears opponents down. Just wear them down. I don't think, he has a one-punch knockout. He have power, but it's not like, boom, sleep. Right. What I mean? I think it's like, bam, oh, boom, 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 boom. And then he just wear you down.
Right, yeah. That is a difference, right?
Because if you look at his career, you never seen him, knock nobody out with one punch. You never see him, dropping nobody with one punch. You always see him, wearing them down. That's why he goes so hard to the body, because he want to wear you down. Then once you get tired and once your body start weakening, everything started weakening. And those little punches that wasn't hurting start hurting.
Former world champion and boxing analyst Chris Algieri offered a sharp analysis when comparing Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. Algieri noted that Crawford has consistently controlled the pace of his fights, dominating his opponents with precision and poise. In contrast, Canelo has shown vulnerability at times, what boxing insiders describe as being bossed. A clear example was his loss to Dimitri Bivol, where Bivol's size, sharp jab, and disciplined game plan kept Canelo on the back foot. Algieri's perspective reinforces the idea that Crawford, even while moving up in weight, brings a style defined by control, adaptability, and technical brilliance, qualities that have historically troubled even elite fighters like Canelo.
And Terence Crawford, who do you think can be the boss that night? When you talk about these two guys, you talk about two guys, number one, you can't boss me around. Yep. Two guys, you can't even look at me a certain way without me feeling some type of way. These guys now have set their sights on one another. Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. Obviously, we know the weight difference, but we've seen Crawford, looks like he's coming up slowly to that weight class and kind of acclimating himself in real time. How do you see that fight playing out?
We're still pretty far away from that fight, and I'm going to hold my complete analytics on that, but I'll tell you this.
Well, contrast and compare, maybe not a pick.
But I'll tell you this. I've seen Canelo pushed around. I've never seen Terence pushed around. So if we're talking about who's going to be the boss, I've never seen anyone boss Terence Crawford. I've seen Canelo get bossed. So that just psychologically, when you think about that, and this is a fight where I flip-flop on both guys because there's so many good points. Yeah, but he's 168. Yeah, but it's Terence Crawford. He's undefeated. Well, yeah, no, this guy's beating this, but stylistic. Even he hits him on the arm. There's so many different things you can talk about. But from a psychological standpoint, who's fresher, who's meaner, who wants it more? That's going to come into play.
As a boxing fan, how much fun is it to see those two attitudes come together? It's kind of like the unstoppable force versus the immovable object getting ready to collide.
I've worked a lot of Canelo fights, and Canelo fight weeks are great. He plays to the crowd really well. His fans are awesome. I'm thinking about the Caleb Plant situation. I'm thinking about the Billy's Joe Saunders situation. When he gets that in his head that he's got an extra chip, he becomes a really dangerous man.
Former world champion and analyst Chris Algieri offered a sharp comparison between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. He highlighted that Crawford has maintained dominance and control in nearly all his fights, rarely allowing opponents to dictate the pace. In contrast, Canelo has shown vulnerability in certain bouts, most notably against Dimitri Bivol, where Bivol's size, sharp jab, and tactical discipline exposed cracks in Canelo's armor. Algieri's analysis reinforces the idea that Crawford, even when moving up in weight, brings a style built on precision, adaptability, and ring generalship, qualities that have historically troubled even elite fighters like Canelo.